All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. If you guys can give me some kind of comment in the chat, I'll know that we're live. Maybe some thumbs up. We got 0 thumbs up. It says 2 watching, 0 thumbs up. I'm not sure we're connected. All right, Deshaun Brown, thank you. T. Hicks, thank you. Okay, so Jay Dyer and Doenut did a recent podcast, and I'd say around the 17-minute mark in the podcast, Doenut said to Jay Dyer, he said that something to the effect of, nobody's talking about the intelligence agencies in this world, and so many people who know what they're talking about are just stuck on numerology. Said something to that effect. And I thought, so that's a really interesting comment, because, and then he went on to say how Jay Dyer is the only person in the world who talks about the intelligence agencies, and I just thought, what in the world? Who's Jay Dyer? So I was thinking, I was like, this is ridiculous. But anyhow, my response to these two is, why are you not talking about the intelligence agencies and numerology? Again, it's the knowledge to see who's running the intelligence agencies. E. Howard Hunt of the CIA said the greatest intelligence agency in the world is the Jesuits. And of course, intelligence agencies are known as spies, and that's what their conversation was largely pertaining to, spies, which is, you know, CIA, KGB, MI, whatever number you want to use in the UK, etc., etc. And again, by understanding who the Jesuits are, what they've done, what knowledge they're using, you can see a clear picture to explain that the Jesuits are running the intelligence agencies worldwide, from the KGB to the CIA, as we prove day in and day out. And again, you listen to a guy like Jay Dyer, he has a lot of knowledge on a lot of different topics. But at the end of the day, he leaves the listener with they. They. Who's they? I mean, this is what every, I want to say half-truther, pretty much what everyone in the whole community does if they don't have the knowledge that we put out each day. Because they don't have any proof or anything, so they have to leave it at they. They can see what's going on, they can see the picture, they can understand predictive programming, they can see that news stories aren't right, that we're being lied to, but then they're stuck at they. They. Again, take it from E. Howard Hunt, who said the Jesuits are the greatest intelligence agency in the world. And you can prove it's the Jesuits that run the CIA, and like I just said, the KGB, by, again, learning their little code of letters, numbers, and dates. Again, case in point, we know one of the most important numbers to the Jesuits is 201. Easy to see. The first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. And the Jesuit order, preserved in history by Catherine the Great, who preserved the order with 201 Jesuit priests. Again, and if you're new here, I've talked about these same things a bazillion times. I've been working on a book about this for over 3 years now. But 201, Pope Francis, named that for multiple reasons. St. Francis of Assisi, who he's named after, who created the Franciscans, which was the precursor to the Jesuits. But also because the Jesuits were created in France, where the Templars were burned at the stake. And that's why they got the Templar cross in their logo. They're the new military order of the Catholic Church. Militarism, spies, intelligence, all these things are historical. They predate America by a long shot, just like the Jesuits do. Just like how the founders were worried what would happen to this country if the Jesuits came out of suppression. But anyway, the 201s, again, Pope Francis, Mr. 201, preserved with 201 Jesuit priests, was the order by Catherine the Great after her husband died from poisoning, when the Jesuits are known for poisoning their victims. But also the last French Pope in the history of the Church was the 201st, going with that Pope Francis in the Jesuit and Templar history. And then again, you learn the little letters and numbers code. The Jesuit order equates to 201. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, equates to 201. Pope Francis, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, his birth name equals 201. Jorge Mario Bergoglio. All the rituals that go down with 201. Like Joe Biden's son dying at age 46, 201 days before the Pope's birthday, only for the same Jesuit priest to do the funeral and the inauguration, Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan, whose name equals 201. He did the funeral for Bo at 46 and the inauguration for Joe Biden, elected 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, on the 201st day of the nation's age. Inauguration day 20/1, like 201, is the 201st day of the nation's age. And again, Inauguration Day wasn't always on January 20th, just like the nation's capital wasn't always Washington, D.C., the Jesuit stronghold. But the point about the CIA was established on the Pope's 201st day of his age. The CIA established on the Pope's 201st day of his age, September 18th, 47. And again, you take the words in the CIA's logo, Central Intelligence Agency, United States of America, 201. You take their motto, the work of a nation, the center of intelligence, 201. One of the most popular CIA action figures in the entertainment world is Jack Ryan, the Jesuit-educated character who went to Boston College. You want to see something funny? Look at what they did in Matt Ryan's 201st NFL game. Matt Ryan went to Boston College, Jesuit-educated, and his 201st game he was playing at Dallas, and he gave up a big old huge lead, just like he did to Tom Brady in Super Bowl 51. But they had to put up a stat on the screen as he gave up the big lead about how him, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees, who were all in the NFC South at the same time, had as many passing yards that was the same as 201 laps around the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And again, Tom Brady, the top of that list, those three, the guy born 201 years after the Illuminati. Let's not forget the Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Order of Illuminati equals 201. Just like he died 201 days after the anniversary of their establishment. Just like State of Israel equals 201. Adam Weishaupt was Jewish, Jesuit trained. State of Israel 201. David Ben-Gurion dies 201 days after the anniversary of its establishment. Again, this number shows you more than just who's running the intelligence agencies. It shows you really what the New World Order is and what the Illuminati and Jesuit network is. And yeah, it does tie in with other things. Freemasonry, modern Freemasonry is a Jesuit creation. But yeah, it's just annoying to listen to two people like this, you know, and they're talking to their audience about how there's these fake truthers out here and these fake conspiracy theorists. It's like, yeah, you guys can sign yourself up for the list to say something like, some people are talking about numerology. Really, it's just about the intelligence agencies. It's like, dude, that's such a disingenuous remark. Doenut has my book. So Doenut knows all about these things, and he's going to pretend like no one's connected the two. And again, you watch Doenut. Doenut's like recommending the wackest Gematria channels. Whenever he brings it up, he'll recommend the worst decoders. Won't mention yours truly's name. The only Gematria book on his shelf is by yours truly. Won't mention the name. Again, you guys got to, like, everyone's like, Zach, you got to collaborate with these people. Why? So they can bring on their point about they. It's like, I want to go beyond they. You know. Again, you listen to Jay Dyer. Lots of good information leads you to nowhere. That's where he leads you to. They. So yeah, I mean, Doenut, man. And again, I mean, that's what people don't like about me because they think I say things that are mean, but like really, Doenut comes with that major beta energy. Lispy little effeminate voice. Hey, what's up? It's Doenut. It's like, God. Are men watching this channel? It doesn't seem like like, I feel like most men would just turn it off right there, but anyway, it's just so annoying, this network of shills and how YouTube promotes them in the feed, and then your work gets buried by these people, leading everyone nowhere. Same old shit. They. What am I going to do with they? How do I go take down they? Again, we're showing why Donald Trump, why he's burying his ex-wife on the 201st day of the year. As she falls down the stairs to her death exactly 60 weeks into the Jesuit Ignatian year, all for part of the upcoming 60th presidential election. As they do 1, 201, and 60 ritual after the next. So, Yeah, yeah, the point is true. Intelligence agencies are running the world, no doubt about it. You know, intelligence agencies are focused on mind control. Focusing on mind control goes with the first rule of Hermeticism. All is mental. They got to control the mental of everybody. They got to keep everybody in the state that they're in: ignorant, stupid, pacified, hungry, needing to be entertained, needing to touch themselves. This is all the work of the intelligence agencies. But yeah, you got to know who's running it, who's using these tactics. Jay Dyer says that, there's a they. There's a shadow government, the they. It's like, yeah, we know who the shadow government is. We've been shown how, Joe Biden was going to become number 46, exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday. In tribute to number 46, or not number 46, but number 35, JFK killed at age 46. Of course, Catholic again equals 35 forwards, 46 in reverse, something every English-speaking person in the world should know, because Joe Biden elected 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, inaugurated on the Pope's 35th day of his age. Yeah, it's not hard to see who set the chessboard. Yeah, I mean, and think about this too. Think about all the guys that turned 1 year old the year that the CIA was established in 1947. Again, you learn this knowledge, you can understand why the CIA was established in 47. Vatican 47, government 47, authority 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47, president, White House, on and on. Biden, 47 years in D.C. before becoming president. Donald Trump in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel, the night of the rigged selection for him. Obama takes office at 47. But in 47, think about all the guys who turned 1 year old. Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Trump ends up beating Clinton's wife. They're all Jesuit educated, Fordham and Georgetown. And by the way, just about the E. Howard Hunt thing, you look into his biography. He's remembered for overthrowing Guatemala, the CIA, when they're overthrowing all the countries in Latin America, supposedly because of communism. Only America can have communism. Again, tell me what the difference is from what we learned about communism in America. It's like a fine line. Governments and corporations ruling together. I mean, just call it fascism. That's what we got here. It's essentially what communism is too. But yeah, he overthrew Guatemala in 54. 54. Jesuits running the CIA. What's Jesuit order equal? 54. Small way. Jesuit order 54. Like John Carroll 54, who established Georgetown in D.C., the first Jesuit university, when he was 54. Like how the House of the Gesuit, the Jesuit headquarters in Italy, is at the address 54. That's why the first Bilderberg conference was in 54. And then what's the other thing E. Howard Hunt's connected to? The Bay of Pigs and Castro. And of course, Castro's Jesuit educated. And again, you learn about, how important the numbers are to the Cabal instead of demean it like little Doenut's trying to do. You see why Castro died exactly 433 days after shaking hands with the Pope, which is the 84th prime when Jesuit equals 84. The Pope's birthday is 84 date numerology. The most recent Superior General of the Jesuits just died at 84. Superior General equals 84 like Jesuit. The United States of America in the same cipher as Superior General equals 84. George Orwell's 1984, member of the Fabian Society, a Jesuit offshoot, established in 1884. I mean, but yeah, Castro died exactly 433 days after shaking hands with the Pope, 84th prime. And then on top of that, then his son dies exactly 433 days later, getting the 84th prime from supposedly suicide. That's Castro's son. And there's a lot more to it, too. You go back and look at the posts from when we were covering it back then. But yeah, those are the things E. Howard Hunt's connected to. Latin America involvement, Cuba involvement. You start to realize the Jesuits have been running Russia, Cuba, the U.S., Japan, China, all these nations. Hitler, Adolphus Hitler, the name on his birth certificate, 201. Nazis, modeled after the Jesuits. Because of what they had the Nazis do, then it brings about the State of Israel, which was planned to pre-Hitler. State of Israel, 201. Intelligence agencies, Jesuits, world domination, world planning. Donut's doing a podcast in March 2024 trying to make it seem like there's like you got to go one way or the other. Just focus on the intelligence agencies or like what some of those other people are doing with numbers and numerology. Yeah, what we've been doing for 10 years is better than what anybody else in the world's been doing about exposing the cabal, and it's not even close. And all these frauds who want to keep it at they can't ever mention the work or the name. People are coming to me, you gotta do a collaboration with these people. The only reason to do that is just to get my name on more people's platforms. That's the same reason they don't want to collaborate with me. You know, taking the lid off where they keep people at. Jay Dwyer's keeping his audience at bay. That's where he's allowed to keep them at bay. Doenut's keeping his audience on whatever's trending on X. What are we talking about today? Oh, what's trending on X? I mean, that's a good way to get views. You do what's trending, you do get way more views. But half the time what's trending is just the latest distraction that means nothing about nothing. It's just like the other day, you know, the basketball player's brother died by the numbers. Same old, same old. Duke star, brother announced dead right as Duke's tipping off for their tournament. And again, the brother's name, Nathan Barrett, equals 142. He's dead 142 days in the NBA season. His brother's now in the early part of his NBA career. But, you know, that was trending on Twitter. So there was like 2,500 people on the stream from Twitter because that's what they care about. Stars and celebrities and unexplained deaths. I mean, it's good people are looking into things, but the stuff that should be trending, the topics that people really should be focused on that are more important than the death of a celebrity or their sibling, you know, people just, they don't care. So anyway, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. See if we can get a Jay Dyer Doenut response about why they want to, again, say things like what they said. It's mostly Doenut who said it, but then it's just like, Jay Dyer, why aren't you covering what I've been showing for 10 years and keeping your audience at bay? It's inexcusable. All right. Until next time, Truth Seeker.